Are you a teenager that finds yourself sitting inside most of the day?
No.
Are you sure? Because I never see you outside.
Teenagers are used to sitting around the television all day, watching a show, playing video games. Teenage obesity in America has greatly increased over the last 30 years, and our game offers a fun way to help combat that. As obesity rates increase in teens and young adults, they develop more health problems. This can negatively impact them for the rest of their lives, so it's important to create healthy habits. Growing up, our whole team had childhood memories filled with unforgettable times playing games that involve physical activity and or getting outside, such as basketball, football, four-square tag, all of that. However, due to technological advances with video games and everyone staying inside, kids are not getting the physical activity they need.
In order to combat this issue of teenagers being lazy and staying inside more than we were as kids, we decided to come up with a new and active game to allow teenagers to have a similar experience growing up as we did.
To ensure the design process was done correctly, we arranged a list of customer needs that we would think would meet this game. We started out with aesthetics, physical need, cost, ease of use, availability, competitiveness, and usefulness. Aesthetics for the good looks for eye-catching and selling. Physical needs, so we make sure we hit our goal of fighting obesity. Cost, to make it affordable for everybody. Ease of use, to make it easy setup and not a pain to want to play the game. Availability, so that it can be sold in many places. Competitiveness, to keep you attached to the game. And then usefulness, to fight our needs. To start the benchmarking process, the first step we took was to find the games that accomplished the same mission and had the same similar interests in mind. The next step was taking the time to look deeper into the companies to learn more about them. Lastly, we pitted the companies against our customer needs together in an attempt to find anything that is missing that could be fulfilled in our design. Each company got ranked from 1 to 5 on our customer needs, 5 being the best and 1 being the worst. The companies we pitted against each other were Spikeball, Ladderball, and Can Jam. Spikeball ended up being the #1 closest game to our idea.
When designing a product, there's always risks involved in that design process. For our game, being made for teenagers, there are a number of hazards we identified, and they are blunt force trauma, choking, damage to product, impalement, and the person could be ripped the game and cause damage to it.
After defining our customer needs, we started brainstorming different ideas to come up with conceptual designs. We ended up coming up with 12 different designs. After coming up with 12 designs, we pitted it against a reference, which is Spikeball, based off of the selection criteria including physical activity, portability, safety, age range, and mental focus, to come up with a total grade and rank them in order from highest to lowest.
For the next step of the design process, we essentially had another concept selection stage to further filter down our concepts. So the 3 concepts that ended up making it from the last step were included, as well as 2 concepts that we decided to put together for a combined concept. We chose slightly different selection criteria for this one. We still had aesthetics, physical activity, but we added acquisition cost, cost of upkeep, and longevity. So after that, we were able to rank all of them and end up with our final concept.
The final design we chose is something we call the bounce back. It's similar to volleyball, but instead you use a handheld trampoline and a ball that's slightly bigger than a tennis ball.
This is the full net setup for our game. It consists of 2 expanding poles, 6 stakes, and 6 strings to hold the net up. For our game, we designed our own rubber ball that's 2.8 inches in diameter and is hollow so that it bounces whenever it's hitting the return device and bounces back over the net so you can keep playing the game. Our bounce back device consists of a rubber trampoline that has 2 handles holding it together, and it pushes the ball back over the net.
So the next step of the design process would be testing the bounce back design for 1, quality, 2, safety, and 3, fulfillment of customer needs. Basically, we would conduct tests on the parts of the design to make sure that they wouldn't break due to certain forces.
In order to produce this product, we had to take into account the cost of the materials, the labor, and the tooling for this product. The tooling was the most expensive part because we would have to hire a machine shop to make our mold for the trampoline. Next would be the labor that we charge at a 10-hour rate and should be able to make 1 set in 1 hour. The metal came in at 47 cents per pound. The rubber came in at $1.06 per pound. The plastic came in at 9 cents per pound, and the string came in at 4 cents per foot. In total, for one set, our total cost would be $11. Once this product totally takes flight, we plan on lowering the cost per set for it to be made to be $10 in total, and plan on selling it at $50, which will give us a $40 profit margin. The Bounce Back is a really fun game to play outside for teenagers and honestly everybody of any age. The game met all of our fulfillments that we wanted to do and is still fun. It's also affordable and can be used anywhere.